Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back. Here I am hitting you with more than one video in a day, but I'm going to make a box cake because I'm making 3 cakes for this weekend. I'm going to make 2 yellow cakes and 1 chocolate, and I'm using box cake mixes because along with the cake I'm going to add pudding, fruit, and whipped cream. So I don't think that it needs to be like homemade, but I am going, and I'm actually going to use the recipe on the back of the box just because I think that using vegetable oil instead of butter is just going to keep it, you know, a classic cake. So I already have the cake mix in the bowl. I'm going to do 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and I'm going to leave the cup on the counter as I pour the vegetable oil. Yeah, so I can get it right, you know, at 1/4. So that's 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and I'm going to put 3 eggs in as well, and my eggs are at room temperature. One, 2. I'm making sure not to get eggshells in my batter. 3. And then I have 1 cup of room temperature water. I'm not using cold anything because I want this to be all the ingredients to have the same temperature: the oil, the eggs, the water. And I'm just gonna hand mix. I just don't want to get out like my mixer or even my stand mixer. Not for this kind of batter. It's pretty easy to mix. I'm probably gonna mix it for about, I think it says mix for 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do is mix all of my ingredients together, and then I'm going to keep my cake batter in this bowl, and I'm going to refrigerate the cake batter for 24 hours. Apparently your cake comes out nice and moist and like even better than before. I recently just saw this hack. I always thought you couldn't, like you had to bake up your batter right away, but apparently you don't. You can leave it in the refrigerator for 24 hours and your cake actually comes out nice and moist and flavorful and even better than it would have come out had you just baked it off right away. I'll let you know in another video if that's the case, because I've never done this before. But I'm not ready to bake my cakes yet. I'll bake them off tomorrow, and then I'll layer them up and then put them back in the refrigerator so that everything kind of melts together, because it's going to be cake, pudding, fruit like banana and pineapple, or one's going to be banana and the other one's going to be pineapple, and then I'm going to set them in the refrigerator for overnight as well. So that's all nice and mixed up. I'm just going to use my spatula to scrape down the sides, and then I'm going to put saran wrap on my bowl, and I'll show you how I do the saran wrap. So I'm just going to open up this saran wrap, and I'm going to push the saran wrap all the way down to the cake batter so that there's no air, and so that my cake batter is not exposed. I'm just going to push it down and onto the sides, and then my saran wrap is all the way down here, and so my cake batter is not exposed and it won't get like a film on it, kind of like you would do for your pudding. Okay guys, so I put my batter in the refrigerator. I'm gonna keep that batter in the refrigerator for 24 hours. I have 2 of them already mixed up and my chocolate. And then I'm going to bake them up tomorrow and then let them cool. And then once they're cooled, I am going to layer them and leave them in the refrigerator overnight again, so everything kind of melds together. But if this hack actually works, I'll let you know what the cakes taste like, and I'll be back with another video to let you guys know. So thanks for watching.